Hello, you're listening to No Kids, No Pain. I'm Romina Puma.
And I'm Luca Cupani, and this podcast is about the choice of being child-free.
Each week we will explore the topic of choosing not to have kids.
And we would love to hear from you too.
If you decide to be child-free,
Don't feel guilty, this is the podcast for you.
and if you have kids,
Here's what you're missing out.
hello, welcome to a new episode of No Kids, No Pain. As usual, I'm here with my partner in crime, Luca Cupani.
Hello, Romina. Hi everyone. Yes,
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Very good. And today we have, as usual, a new topic, but it connects to something that we talked about a few episodes ago.
Yes, because apparently I would like to say we set a trend
Yeah, probably.
because there was an article on the Guardian
Yeah.
that a friend of ours, a listener, forwarded us, and this is about restaurants or coffee without kids.
Yeah, child-free places where to have a coffee or
Yeah.
meal anyway. Yeah, and well, in the article, there were these two owners of, one is a pub restaurant, another one is a proper restaurant,
Yeah.
I think. But the pub restaurant, he allows kids that are over 10 years old. Under 10, not a chance.
Yeah.
Whether the other one, the restaurant, that is completely child-free. And there were quite a few interesting things that they were discussing about it. It was like the pub, that's to differentiate it to the other one. The pub was saying that decided to do that also, among other things, because they were getting a lot of silly requests.
Yes. Like having the babicino, which is I think
Yeah.
a cappuccino for
For
kids
kids,
with no
yeah.
coffee, or
Yeah.
probably, or
Yeah, I don't know what they put. They put something to make it, maybe just a splash of decaf, maybe.
because I never ordered a
basically what I
babicino
drink.
because it would look, I saw it somewhere, but I never say, okay, let's give me a babicino, because it would be like, why do you want a babicino?
Just a lot of milk, a lot of milk.
Maybe
I don't know,
maybe it's
but
delicious.
like juice with addition of water and ongoing requests. Can you remove mushrooms?
yes.
Can you remove this? Can you remove that? Oh no, don't put salt and it. Just stay at home or bring a doggy bag.
Yeah, and apparently I don't know if it's the same pub or the restaurant. They said that after the pandemic, when there was you can only had no more than 6 people or 4
Yeah.
people at every table.
Yeah.
That's when they start with this policy. Say, let's have only adults, because it's easier to have less than 4 people if you are not in a family.
Yeah, and also adults are more behaved. They don't start running around.
Yeah, so it's easier to keep them separate.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and then, until they drink a lot, then they become a bit more promiscuous. But
But yeah.
But so then the daughter of the owner said, well, let's lower the limit to just people under 10.
Yeah.
And he said that it was good for his business, because adults tend to stay longer, the atmosphere is a bit more relaxed, they can enjoy the meal or the drink, they do not... a kid is hectic, they want to do a lot of stuff, they cannot stay
Yeah.
still. So
Yeah, which that brings us also to another thing that was mentioned in the article. There was an accident, an incident in South Korea
yes,
of this kid that basically the waitress poured soup on the baby and she sued them, but she lost the cause because there was CCTV footage that it wasn't the waitress' fault. It was because the kid
the
wasn't.
party response.
Yeah, the kid wasn't still, keep moving and stuff, and that happened. There you go.
And so apparently in South Korea there's a debate ongoing. They are trying to create a zone for business zones that are child free, like where the restaurants and cafe are and not for kids. And there's a backlash. People are trying to reverse this, to change. it's all down to parents.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
I mean, zone, again, I think this is what I was saying in the other episode as well, I guess, that zones, yeah, it's good to have zones, but it depends how big the restaurant is.
Yeah.
So if you go to, there are a lot of very tiny restaurants, like, for instance, here in London, there are so many that are so tiny that I even struggle to get in with a wheelchair to move around the tables and to go to my table. How can you possibly do a zone?
Oh, I'm reading the articles of I think I misjudged the article. In South Korea, they're trying to create no kid zones in the city of Seoul, like places where you don't bring kids. So I don't know if it's just no kid zone, meaning restaurants and
maybe
places.
a whole street.
I don't think the whole street. I don't think that a kid enters the street and you get removed.
You will start seeing like street signs, with
no kids allowed,
with the kids
like
and a cross on top.
Where
kids are not allowed in this area of the city.
Like there are road signs telling you there's a school in proximity. Be aware there are kids. Maybe it's the opposite. No, there are no kids.
Not allowed.
Kids. But what I was reading is that there was a restaurant that got a review that was positive, but then was a comment of someone who complained that they said, yeah, the food is good, but she wasn't happy with the service because she said, I asked the waiters to keep an eye on my baby when my partner and I were having a cigarette outside. It was only 2 minutes and they refused to do so. And
do you want me to breastfeed it as well? Say that
apparently, no. And then she said, I was about to breastfeed the kid because he was getting nervous.
Yeah.
But then the waiters refused to serve her brandy. And I think, I'm not an expert, but I think if you're giving milk to
you shouldn't drink.
Give it.
You shouldn't drink, because it goes straight into the milk. And
maybe a little bit. I don't know if it's. I don't know how. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but
I can't. I don't, again, I don't have kids. I won't be a mother anytime soon or ever anyway. But I think I heard something that a little bit of beer is good. A little bit.
Was that okay? Maybe.
Like if you have a couple of sips. I wouldn't go further than that, a couple of sips. Not even a half pint. I would go for a couple of sips.
Yeah, but I think.
But they say it's good. I can't remember if that is when you're pregnant or when you breastfeed. I can't remember. But I know that whatever you drink or eat, or everything goes into the milk. So whatever you drink and eat, then the baby will get via the milk.
Okay.
So you shouldn't. You should be healthy.
I guess also smoke doesn't really help.
No.
But
reading so this was an exemplary mother, smoking, drinking.
She wanted to have her time because that was.
And then she complains that the restaurant didn't look after her kid.
Because the idea is a bit like if you have, say, a dog.
Social services, where are you when we need you?
It's like if you go to a park with a dog, and okay, I'm not comparing dogs to kids, but I'm just saying it's like. But if you go to a park with a dog, and then you say, "Oh, but I would really like to, I don't know, play basketball in the park. Can I give the dog to someone else?
Yeah, can you walk it for me,
when
please?
I play, well, yes, you have a dog sitter if you want, but you cannot expect everyone else just to do it. But just to keep things more balanced, I try to be the voice of reason. Thanks to the article, I found out something I didn't know about England and the UK because we moved here.
In the old days.
Yeah, we moved here 10, 15 years ago. You were here.
13.
Yeah, so not long ago. And apparently in the UK, now kids are not allowed in. No, they should leave the pub when it's 9 o'clock. But before, in the 90s, they weren't allowed in pubs. So
the law changed in 95. So until 95, they weren't allowed.
So there were people who were kids in that time, and what happened? The parents, maybe their father, would go to the pub to have a drink with their friends in the afternoon, and say the Saturday afternoon, and the kid would stay outside the pub or in the car and the
With a
parents,
little bit of window down
yeah,
for the fresh
the
air.
parents would look at them from time to time, and
Yeah.
then would they give a bag of crisps, salt
Yeah,
and
salt and
vinegar,
vinegar.
and that's for their Saturday afternoon, or
Yeah.
so that would be harsh. I think today, let's say it's frowned upon if you bring your kids.
Yeah. We didn't
To the
have
pub.
that kind of. I mean, in Italy, well, my father, he never went to, like, you know, a trattoria or something like that to have a little bit of wine. It wasn't that kind of man. But you could go as kids. We could go to the place, to the bars, and
Because bars also serve food and even ice creams and
Yeah.
sweets. So for kids, you can have kids and adults.
yeah,
Maybe kids would play the video games
Yeah.
or something, and elderly people would play cards.
yeah, while having a bit of wine.
Yes, and that would be sort of a coexistence. But
Yeah,
in a in a small town, maybe kids would go around between, like on a bicycle. That would
Yeah.
keep company by themselves, and then parents would. Well, traditionally, the mothers would stay at home,
yeah.
and
the
the
father.
fathers would enjoy reading newspapers and watching the football match and stuff. So yeah, that would be
Yeah, but we didn't have a law that we weren't allowed
no
to
true.
places. But here, yeah, until 95, kids weren't allowed, couldn't go anywhere near a pub. And they were,
Well, near the pub, yes,
Yeah,
but stay in the
near,
car, just
yeah.
outside like a dog. So that would be a bit harsh. I'm
Yeah.
glad that they changed the law in this way.
yeah. But still,
But we can since we're towards the end of the episode, I would leave them with from the same article, which is on the Guardian. There was some of the people interviewed. They said that it's some people assume that the world has to fit around kids,
yeah,
and kids don't fit around the world. So it's a philosophical debate. So at which point do you need to adjust your lifestyle and everything to accommodate kids, or at which point should kid just adjust to what's around them,
yeah.
or parents?
Yeah, I think that comes mainly down to the parents, because I always think it's not the kid's fault, but it's the parents' fault. That's how you know how you what's the word, how you teach them how to behave.
And also how you are mindful of what, like, imagine, I've seen someone doing this, but this could be a topic for next episode, but would you bring a toddler, a 10 months old baby, to a cinema? He barely listens, maybe he can't enjoy anything, and he will probably scream at some point or cry because that's what, maybe getting scared by the loud noise.
I even get annoyed by someone sitting next to me eating popcorn.
Yes, but the cinema has an interest in selling popcorns and filling the room. But again, imagine a toddler is not enjoying, he doesn't see what happens, and he just screams.
Yeah.
Ruin the show for...
I want a refund.
So that, I mean, at some point, should you say, okay, no, the toddler doesn't...
I think that come also down to the parents' common sense.
Yeah, they should... Maybe they say, but we have a little brother or sister that really want to see the next movie. Yeah. But then...
And I'm not saying that all the kids, obviously, is always it always comes down to this. Because, like, now I put it down very, very easy in a way. Because of one or two that are very disruptive and they cause chaos and, it's not pleasant for other people in the restaurant. Because of those, then some restaurants say, no, we don't want kids in our restaurant anymore. But I'm not saying that all the kids are like this, but because of the one that are like that, also the one that are good, that are getting to the banned pot. So no, you're not allowed.
Yeah, there are kids, they change the mood in a way, like and the week I finished with this, like when in the pub they were saying that some people were complaining because they were swearing, or adults, but they were adults. Okay, swearing is not maybe pleasant, is not, but they are it's a pub, they having a beer, they
Yeah.
can do this. It's
Yeah.
allowed. If they have to mind their words, because now a kid entered the pub, and so everyone has to be careful. Like if
behave.
it's just don't bring him then.
Yeah.
So
The
there-
vaping. To be fair, I don't like the vaping either.
yeah.
But you know, I get on with it.
So what do you? So just to give I'd like to know from our listener to listen to hear from them. Would you agree with the idea of leaving the kids in the car outside so you can have a beer?
Get
Would
back
you-
to the 90s.
Are you more on the side that the world should fit around kids, or kids should or parents should fit around the world, even if they have kids? Or do you think that somehow some parents, they behave as if they have to share their burden, which is the
Yeah.
kids, with the rest of the world? Like, I did this kid, now it's all the community too.
Yeah.
The village grows the kid.
Yeah, that's what they say.
yeah,
It takes a village to.
Yeah, but I never signed up for
No, thank
for that.
you.
So yeah,
I mean, I think in a way we can all easily coexist if you teach your kid to behave.
yeah.
Or when you can't
You bring
get
them.
it to
yeah.
a reasonable behavior, just leave.
Yeah, be mindful of
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah.
If everyone were a bit more mindful of people around them,
Yeah.
so those who smoke, if there's a kid, but also those who with kids, if they're adults, that
Yeah.
things might be better.
Yeah. I mean, I get annoyed if someone smokes next to me, and I just give them the look. Just you should be, as a smoker, you should be mindful and see what's around you. Not everyone likes smoke.
Yeah, that's true.
So especially if you see a kid, just try to avoid that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just going against kids and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's,
but some are.
Yeah,
a
be
little bit-
aware. Also, but it's the same for people with pets or dogs. Like when there's a dog who looks very threatening,
Yeah.
be aware to keep him on the leash. Don't say, "Oh yeah, but he's
Or if he
very
keeps barking,
Yeah,
it's quite annoying.
He's very friendly. We don't know. We don't really care. Just
Yeah.
if it makes
Just
everyone
keep
else
it.
uncomfortable, be aware of this and try to. If you are the reason everyone else is suddenly uncomfortable, try to address it and
Yeah.
and
Read
fix
the
it.
room,
Yeah.
as we say in comedy world. Read the room.
Yeah, and so you can let us know your idea, your point of view
your
by
thoughts.
emailing at nokidsnopain@gmail.com
Or you can come on social media, Instagram, No Kids No Pain, and you can message us. We're waiting for your messages, and that's all for us.
Yes, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.